Dog whistle racism, which is presumably why I haven't been able to hear it, but perhaps you have, I don't know.
Well, number 10 then denies it. Here's how I think I can break this story down.
Yeah.
Suella wrong, Rishi Sunak right in the way that they've talked about this. Rishi says that you shouldn't let political correctness stop you in reporting a crime. Brilliant. I mean, surely that's what everyone should agree on. If you don't agree on that, that's a stickier wicket. Suella Braverman said the issue is that almost all members of such gangs were British Pakistani. What do you do with that data? Do you suspect all British Pakistani? No. Yeah. And that's the problem, that if people infer that from what you've just said, it's not as good as saying the race doesn't matter when it comes to reporting people, so you shouldn't let political correctness stop you. What have I said that's wrong?
No, I think you've got that right. And I think the interesting thing with Suella Braverman is I suspect she is not that great at forming whole paragraphs on the hoof. Do you get that feeling with her sometimes when she's on television? She is. I think her policies and her intentions are right, but I do think she is capable of setting snares for herself. And I am, broadly speaking, in her camp. I do think these things need to be acknowledged clear-sightedly. I do think the media, the social services, the police, the whole infrastructure, almost everyone was to blame for hoping that this wouldn't be as divisive and potentially inflammatory as it is. But she hasn't been the best person at framing that.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, I think we're focusing on one comment by Suella Braverman, when in fact the issue is that she's correct. These crimes were perpetrated by a particular group in society, a particular demographic.
That depends what you mean by these crimes, because I mean,
grooming
yes,
gangs.
there are. I mean, yes, the specific grooming gangs that we're talking about, but that's a kind of slightly circular argument. You're saying the Pakistani grooming gangs were overwhelmingly formed of men either from or second generation from mostly northwest Pakistan, and there is obviously a story there, but it is part of a larger story in which you try and attack. I mean, our very own Charlie Peters, wasn't it, wrote a very good thread today on Twitter, breaking the statistics down, and you absolutely can make a case that Pakistani men are overrepresented in this crime. I mean, they absolutely are.
It's a particular sect. It's quite within the demographic is a smaller demographic, and I know Muslim men from the Middle East who are furious that they're being tarred with the same association. But what the Guardian consistently does is misrepresent the data to deny and obfuscate that there was an actual problem and there was a overrepresentation in this particular demographic. And you only need to look at the mugshots to see that Suella Braverman was right.
Oh, I absolutely agree, and she's right to raise it, and she's right to tackle it, and she's right to say that we should absolutely not allow fears of accusations, hinder us. I just think she could possibly have tightened up her language a little bit.
Well, no, that's the thing. That's what Rishi said. That's why I think Suella wrong, Rishi right on this, because at least he said the words in the right order that gets the right point across.
OK.